I don't care if you've been waiting for Lightfall all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live direct from the Beast of Smoke Me Out fam. With all that thing said, on my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
Today's episode is brought to you by the number 7.
My far right engineer and on the ones and twos. Juggle people, Islands, Reeds, and Voice Chronos.
I'm just saying, if we could have White Gods of Egypt, we could have one Black Mermaid. I'm just saying.
I think Blue might join us a little late, right? Possibly.
That is what he said. Yes.
All right.
That's what he said.
We back up in here, getting it done. You have some statistical analysis.
That I do. Let's see here. Listener of the week would be once again Zor, my friend Steve, he's
nice.
Always listening. So thank you. Actually, he has a bachelor party coming up in Austin, Texas in late October. So I'll be there. So I just confirmed that I'll be there. I want to go to his wedding, but it's in Hawaii, and I can't make it in November. So I wish I could go, but I can't. So congratulations to him getting married. It's pretty awesome. So I look forward to the bachelor party in Austin, Texas. I think it's going to be great. So also with that, Sober October for me is probably going to start a little bit early because his bachelor party starts at I think it's October 23rd or 21st or some shit. So I think today will be the last day I'll be drinking for a while, even though I haven't been drinking that much anyway. But this will be a pretty easy Sober October, I'm fairly certain. So yeah, even though I'm drinking right now, but probably my last drink for a while. So yeah. Oh, and first in the chat would be my daughter. What's going on?
Right on.
She's back. Good old Lilith.
Good stuff. Old Ninja, what you got and who you poured it out for?
This week, I don't have anyone this week. I had y'all with some big stuff last week, so y'all needed a break.
No death to start us off. All right. Holy shit, this was an interesting week. Where y'all want to go first, goddammit?
It was very interesting. Especially today was super interesting this morning. So
actually, I kind of want to start with something.
Sure.
I want to start with apologizing to our listeners and our friends and our guests. I wanted to be more transparent with everybody. I got to apologize and say that I wasn't doing that this week. I let everybody down. What I'm referring to is that we were raiding last night with Cthulhu's Prodigy, and I didn't tweet out. So I failed on doing that because you would have seen the calamity that ensued while trying to raid on Destiny 2 with this man here. Oh my goodness. It was such a debacle. Oh my goodness. It was just... Go ahead.
You guys are going to pull me back into this game. I haven't played in a while. But yeah, it's honestly the game Destiny 2 is pretty good, and they keep adding in more and more shit. I think that some of these games have learned correctly to just even if the first initial game isn't a hit, you can still build upon it. And Destiny 2, first of all, it was a hit when it first came out, and they keep adding in more and more content, which is great. I mean, they've had some missteps by removing content, which is fucking bullshit in my opinion. But the fact that they're very consistent on adding content, and then the newest content is going to come out, I think, later on this year.
Early next year, okay. February 2022.
It looks like a whole different fucking game. So I'm gonna get back into that game. Maybe I'll play it on the Steam Deck. I don't know.
It's fine. I mean, so what's cool is you can have one account and then do a cross save. So that way, the progress you make on one system will transfer over to Steam or PlayStation or Xbox. So you'll have your same 1 or 2 or even 3 characters and just pick it up, and all your stuff will be there. Okay, all you got to do is follow a couple of simple stuff. You just literally have to log into either your Steam, your PlayStation or Xbox account, and then log in, verify who you are, so Bungie knows that you're not trying to screw someone over. And then just put in your gamer tag, PSN or whatever, and then they do the stuff, the back end stuff for you, and then they give you notice. Okay, it takes about, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes maybe. And they're like, okay, you're good to go. And then you can log on in any system and all your stuff's there. They, like Krona said, they've gone through a lot of changes and growing pains and whatnot. The game went from like $50 to $30 to free to play.
It's free on Steam right now. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's free for
I was looking it
everybody.
up. All
It's
right.
free.
But the
Free for
DLC, there's some
everybody.
stuff you have to pay for, right?
Yeah.
Yes, DLC you have to pay for. However, they were doing some stuff for because it's on the Epic Store now. So if you have an Epic Store, there was content that was available to you for free as soon as you log in.
Yeah, I have it. That's the thing is that I have it on Epic Store, and I can technically get the Epic Store on my Steam Deck, but you have to do some stuff to it. But it's on Steam. I'll have to just pay. I mean, it's free on Steam, and then I can get, I guess, Destiny 2 Lightfall plus annual pass for like $100.
Oh, it's $100. Yeah. So most of us are waiting for just the expansion, which will most likely be $50.
Yeah. So just to clarify though, with that thing with Lightfall, so that's a collection of season passes.
Yeah.
Like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wasn't balking at the $100. So I know it's a lot of content. So it's because I missed like a bunch of shit. I missed like the whole Witch Queen shit and all kinds of other stuff. Let me see what it doesn't actually give me like a list of what's
fine.
Witch Queen is technically still going on, you know.
All of it's still well, it's their latest expansion. It came out like a year or so ago. But I mean, you can still, even if you don't want to, because I've met people who are like, I'm only playing free games, I'm not buying nothing. You can play the game for free, even though some stuff will be locked to you. There are still events and things that your friends can play with you. Like there's 2 free raids, a whole raid for free, two of them. You can get 6 of your friends squad up and do a whole raid and don't pay nothing. You don't pay shit. And then there's other stuff, other raids that if you raids and dungeons that you want to play, you got to pay for that, which is fine. They have sales all the time. Like I bought the 2 latest expansion. It was $15. $15. Normal price is $49 or $42. It was like $44.99, and it dropped to $15. I'm like, $15? I got that. I spent more than that on my dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm like, $15. And it gives you literal hours of content. Like I'm still trudging through one content, and it was $15. Some stuff they'll mark some. One of them they marked down to $8.
But I think we got to rewind a little bit though. Like, I'm gonna give Bungie some fucking props. You know what I mean? Obviously, they had, their first main franchise, Halo and whatnot, and those early Halo games got incredible reviews and were a phenomenon and all of that. Obviously, 343 took over after them, and I'm not a big Halo guy, but a lot of people miss the Bungie Halo days more so. What I will say is they created this brand new IP of Destiny, and from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 with all these expansions and whatnot, this is their baby. They've done really well with it. There's stuff with Activision as like their publisher or whatever. Obviously, they felt stifled and they wanted out of that. And now they're owned by Sony. But
they're a publisher and I think co-owner. So.
Yeah, but they've made a brand new IP. They left Halo and made their own IP, and now you're looking back 10 years later, like this is their shit, and they've done it.
Yeah, if you run the tape on this podcast, it's been around for a while, but I would when I was on the part of the Destiny Alpha, and when I first played it, I was like saying this game is like really good, like because the Alpha was really good, and then like we talk about it almost weekly. When the Alpha came out, then the beta and the game came out. I remember when we first figured out like that loot cave. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun. Yeah, the game, like especially like the gameplay was really good. The storyline, it's typical Bungie, murky waters, but the gameplay was really fun.
But I think they've done a much better job that I've seen, like adding to the space magic lore. In these expansions, like it's gotten better. It's gotten better. I'm like, oh, okay. What's going on with the Traveler? What's going on with my host and all this other stuff? Like they're starting to explain some things that you just kind of were thrown into this world prior with.
Good. That's good to hear.
There's also like there's so many people invested in the game that they do things to where. If you're, what is it? I don't know what they call them now, but if like basically like a lore hunter, kind of. I don't know what they're called now, but they literally have like
a lore whore.
No, like it's like an Easter. It's like a treasure hunt of lore information. There's literally like pockets of stuff that you can figure out that will lead you to like random websites that will have like one of them is like with the Exo Stranger, which is a character in the game. There's literally like audio recordings that you can find online if you follow the breadcrumbs and go into this deep dive if you wanted to. All this stuff is there available to you. It's not like huge stuff, but if you're really invested in the lore, there's a ton of stuff out there that you can find within the game. There's a lot of things that the community has pieced together that's kind of missing, and sometimes Bungie kind of throws that part of the community breadcrumbs by adding little bits of context and text that adds to it. So there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of things you can do because it is an RPG. You will be building your character. You will be doing a lot of things. Like Cronus was saying, there were missteps, like deleting content that we paid for. Was kind of bullshit, but it was part of that whole Activision thing, and they got on board with the whole season pass thing, like everybody else. But the thing is, when they give you a season pass, they don't just give you a bunch of stuff. They give you like literal content and activities to do that has a storyline to it that leads up to the end of the season. So
wait, so they give you content in the DLC, like the sea is represented?
I don't know. I guess it's DLC. It's unlike Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare, when you get the battle pass or season pass, you just get skins and new characters.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, technically it's content, but it's not like really progressing the story or anything. Yeah,
it's exactly. It's nothing you can explore. With this, it has the season pass has a story along with content that you can explore, piece together, loot, get your friends involved. This one is a pirate season. So there's lost treasure maps. You can get map fragments to build a map to get you to treasure. You get a pirate ship.
Do you find booty?
Yes, you do. There's a booty cave.
Booty is more important than water.
Base booty.
Wise man once told me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, you say that, my wise man.
He was a warrior.
Oh God. Going back to what I was messing up with, apparently. So all y'all know that your boy Cthulhu's Prodigy can't jump in any kind of 3D kind of game. We found out last night that he can't count. Apparently,
how dare you?
This man cannot count. Apparently, the numbers 1 through 10 is baffling. I'm pretty sure he can count past 500 and multiply like 500 times 375 gives you correct answer. But apparently, 1 through 10, he can't do it.
Look,
it's beneath him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's beneath him or if it confuses him, or it's like watching his whole face divide by 0 or something.
Dude, that one section of what were we on, Vaulted Glass.
Vaulted Glass, which is great in Destiny 2.
Yeah, that was rough, but we're gonna get past it one way or another.
Oh my God! If only I wish. I mean, this time there are 4 other witnesses to witness this kind of shenanigans and calamity that go on in this raid, working with this dude, talking about he's raid ready, and everybody squad up on me. Everybody follow my lead, and I'm like, well, what do we do? He's all, y'all, you know what to do. Just swing it.
Pew,
like,
pew.
wing it.
Shoot them all. Shoot the baddies.
And then he didn't realize you actually have to, 1, communicate with your team, 2, be a participant in the raid activities instead of just shooting stuff randomly like you're Leroy Jenkins. But apparently counting.
Shooting stuff is fun, though, man. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It is fun, but you got to shoot the right stuff at the right time, and he can't do that. And then counting up to 7, apparently he can't do that either.
And he can't do that, so it's all good.
Look, it is what it is. Yeah, we should twitch it out, though.
Yeah, we didn't. It was calamity. So this time, once again, was another 3-hour endeavor. And we still got to the same place as we did last time. So you can look on Twitch. It's not the whole thing. It's a good portion. It's like, it was 3 hours. Twitch cut it down to about 1:40, so you can watch what we did. It's not at the 1:40 mark. Much of it doesn't change. We don't get past where we were, so not missing a whole lot.
We don't make progress, but we have fun.
Yeah,
I got a question. So I have a PS5, obviously. I'm thinking about, I'm going to play it on PS5, not the Steam Deck. I mean, I probably could play on Steam Deck. It's fine, but I mean, PS5 is better. Is it a free upgrade from PS4 to PS5? Because I have the PS4 version of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a free upgrade.
It's free to play. I don't know if it's an upgrade. I mean,
yeah, I saw. I'm almost positive. Yeah. Because I
Yeah,
saw
I mean,
that.
either way, I mean, if you just download it on the PS5, you can just log into your.
Well, I use the disc version because I want to save some fucking space.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll work the game. Yeah, just because the game is cross generational. We have people on like Ataris playing. So we're all squatted up on different systems. It works out just fine. There are some like kind of audio issues, just a little bit. It really kind of depends on your setting. You just watch your settings, make sure that the what is it, chat volume and the game volume are kind of different. You don't want the game overlapping the rest of your teammates because then you're going to miss cues and whatnot. And then also like headsets this is where headsets come in. You need a really good headset, or else you're gonna cause static in the chat, or you're gonna miss some stuff, or everyone's gonna sound low. So a good headset will definitely help out if you're playing cross generational and cross platform.
Fucking randos with no mic. Fuck them.
That's even worse.
Fucking randos, I can't jump.
Oh,
Kevin.
But I'm on your friends list. I'm
I
don't know.
know.
You know?
Oh, it's all
I
bad.
don't know.
So
Your jumping abilities is rando. I'm just saying.
So if you can help your boy out, send the count from Sesame Street to your boy Cthulhu's Prodigy. Go on Twitter at Cthulhu's Prodigy. No apostrophe, all one word. Send him some, Sesame Street's account. Help him out. Help your boy out. Let him get through this raid. Help be a part of the solution, not the problem.
God damn it. All right. Where are we going now?
Where are we going now? There's like a lot of things that happened last week. I think one of them, actually, probably not this podcast specific, but there was ADCC was over the weekend, which probably nobody in this podcast watched at all. But it's the Abu Dhabi Championships, our combat club. It's basically like the Olympics for grappling. And it was fucking awesome. So I enjoyed it. I was working, but luckily work wasn't super busy, so I was like watching the whole time. I even hopped on the bike, and I was like watching it, like fucking on the Peloton. I was like, oh, this is great. It was the greatest grappling tournament in a good long time. It was fucking great. So congratulations to Gordon Ryan, who totally dominated the last champion. It was fucking amazing. I'm gonna bring back the Jitscast just so I can pontificate on this subject more. But I had a lot of fun watching it.
Did you see Tom Hardy? Apparently, he was in the tournament somewhere.
Yeah, it was funny. So I was like watching the media that doesn't know shit about martial arts or jiu-jitsu. They were saying that he crashed a tournament in the UK. You literally cannot crash a tournament. Like you have to register for it to get in the tournament. They don't just fucking walk in. Yeah, I'd like to just try some grappling out and just fuck some. No, that's not how it works. He, as a person, even though he is Tom Hardy, he'd have to register for the tournament because he needs to register for the IBJJF and compete. But yeah, he won again. He won gold again. So he's a legit jiu-jitsu competitor as a blue belt. Anyway, he's not a black belt, that's like 3 more belts away. But yeah, it's impressive. Like he's winning by submissions, and it's really good to see somebody taking their martial arts journey as a celebrity seriously, because there's a lot of celebrities that do jiu-jitsu, but they do it in like this kind of closed setting, and they're a lot of private sessions. And a lot of people, they just want to get out. They don't want to get out there and like test themselves against other people. So I'm very happy to see Tom Hardy getting out there and testing themselves against like just random people and winning. It's impressive to me as a martial artist. So.
Right on. Yeah, I feel like any kind of like event, like if you were like, I don't know, at a RC racing event, you can't just crash. You got to register. You got to register with your team. Say I'm affiliated with this team. I'm a player on this group, and pay your appropriate fees in order just to compete with anything, gymnastics, boat racing. RC boat racing. It's like, what the hell, crashing? He would have definitely been escorted out.
Street ball at the Y. All you do is say, "I got next," and then you just
like
beat
that.
anybody.
Yeah, because you got to sign waivers and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what's also another thing that's really cool about Tom Hardy doing this shit is that when he goes to these tournaments, at least the last 2 that he's gone to, people that walk up to them and walk up to him and ask him for like pictures, he's like totally cool about it. He like takes selfies and shit with people, and like he's been like very personable with people. That was pretty cool.
I haven't heard any bullshit ass celebrity stuff with him. He seems like he's always been a pretty decent guy or whatever. Again, I don't follow everything he's done.
I
But,
think
I
he's
was
trying to
gonna
get.
say-
I think he's trying to get the Keanu status.
yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at some of his old stuff, he had like that whole bad boy rep in the UK. So you got to look at some of the early. I guess he used to get into a lot of trouble earlier in his career. So
Hey, it is what it is. I just wanted to make another fucking Mad Max.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that'd be
God
dope.
damn, y'all got to play the fucking Mad Max game. That is one of the.
Oh yeah,
I tell everybody this shit, but Mad Max is one of the best games of like the PS3 generation, but nobody played because literally the week it came out, Metal Gear Solid dropped, and so like people were just like, oh fuck, was it PS4 or PS5? Might have been PS4. Maybe it was PS3, but it doesn't matter. Find Mad Max. It's a great fucking game.
yeah. It's hard to get now. I don't think they have a whole lot. You got to buy it used.
Yeah,
I
you can
think.
download it. I mean, come on, it's got to be out there.
On Steam, yeah. I don't know about if on console.
No, it should be on
Probably
console. Like they don't pull things off unless you like make a shitty game, like Cyberpunk 2077.
At launch, yeah. That was
But I
cool.
think it's back.
It is back because apparently they're registering like millions of users again.
Well, you know what helped them tremendously was they have and I haven't seen it yet, but they have a Netflix anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
and
helped.
yes, and they had a new DLC that dropped, and they had a bunch of new improvements. Like I watched a video on how it looks in the PS5 now. It's almost night and day. It looks
Good.
way better. There's still like somebody was driving around in a car, and I could still see. So what I do now is when I watch Cyberpunk, when they drop fixes for the graphics and shit like that, is when somebody's in a car, I look way far in the background and then see the draw distance. And if I'm still seeing shit drawing, and I'm like, no, stop it. Like, we should not be dealing with draw distance in fucking 2022 on, current generation consoles. Draw distance is for like PS2, PS3 era fucking shit. It should not be on PS5 era shit. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. And I will say this too. I would still like to see. I know everybody hates the whole.
Blue's coming.
Oh, cool.
Hey, what's up, man?
Can you hear us?
I am coming. Holy shit, man! I just got up, so I guess I was coming.
Oh. Skeet.
Yeah.
Blue back in the building. Oh, rocking here.
Good shit, man. Now we were just talking about the Cyberpunk 2077. I was trying to say that
The anime or the game?
Well, so we were talking about the game, but obviously the anime has helped a little bit in some of the updates to gain additional popularity. But I was gonna say I still wouldn't be mad. I keep hearing it as a rumor that they're gonna release Witcher 3 for the current gen. You know what I mean? Looking all pretty and shiny and shit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, do it. You know?
Maybe. Because, I mean, look what happened with, Rockstar with the GTA games.
Well, yeah, but that was what was it? GTA 3 and Vice City.
Yeah, I guess those are older. Yeah,
No,
that's true.
GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah, maybe the first Red. No. I'm talking about the bundle, the GTA bundle.
Yeah, GTA bundle.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking
bundle. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah. Those were shitty ass fucking whatever the fuck they were. They were garbage. Hopefully this will be like made for PS5 level, but we'll see.
Hopefully, let me clarify some things. So, Mad Max is on the PSN store for $20, and honestly, it's worth it. Even though it's an old game on the PS4, it's still worth it for fucking $20. I bought it after the fact, and I was like, why is nobody talking about this? Then I watched a video. I'm like, why nobody's talking about it? It's because Metal Gear Solid.
I'm surprised it's not one of those free classics or something.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation Hits, and I have PSN Plus, whatever. Yeah, this should be free on there, but whatever. It's not. It's still a great game. So I guess the online functionality got retired in 2020, but the straight up game is great. It got released in 2015, 7 years ago, but it holds up. It's a good game.
Good shit. Blue, get on in here. What have you been fucking around with? Where you want to go, I guess?
Oh man, we haven't talked about. Have you guys talked about She-Ra? Not She-Ra. She-Hulk.
No.
She-Ra.
We have talked about Shuri.
Well, did we talk about last week? Because something
I can't
some
remember.
because last
I
week
can't remember.
the episode was when Tatiana, what's her name, had trademarked her name.
Titania. Is it
Titania, yeah.
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 Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of funny because the actress who plays her, like she's been posted like on her Instagram as Titania, like destroying like She-Hulk's like billboards and stuff. Like she's spraying over it and she's writing out her character's name, and I think that's really funny. But like, yeah, her character stole She-Hulk's name, branded it, started selling cosmetics, and the shit's fucking funny. And like, what's so great about the show too is that like the intro, like it changed from like green and purple to all like pink and white for Titania's thing, and it even say attorney at law at the bottom. It actually said like by Tatiana or Titania. But yeah, the show's it's so well made. Like they did a really good job of like casting and like the storyline and like all the little Easter eggs that are here and there. And they continue to do like the free comics. So every time you see a barcode, you gotta pause it and just scan it because you get like a free She-Hulk comic. Because they've been doing that with a lot of their shows for Disney Plus.
I like how in the episode the judge was like, she had to prove that she was She-Hulk, and she's like, basically her defense was, "I'm trying to be a hoe." And
yeah, basically.
I'm saying a hoe. Like if you want to fuck around, that's whatever. I'm not saying disparagingly, but she was trying to get some dick. So
yeah,
lots of it.
I mean, she doesn't hide it. So yeah, so she has an online dating profile, and she doesn't hide the fact that she was on the hunt and that she was DTF. Like no qualms about it. And it's funny when they pointed out she tries to sink into her chair. She's like, "Oh shit," and they're like, "Did you really put that?" She's like, "I mean, you know." She's trying to get
in her post, she said she wants a man with a strong back and a strong bed. I'm like, God damn. She is down to snoo.
Yeah. It was hella funny. She's like, "Oh shit," and I'm like, "Oh shit," but she's like, "Hey, it proves who I am and what I'm down to do." I'm like, "Damn, cheap DTF."
But it's kind of crazy because like, you know, homeboy who the guy who's like a pediatrician doctor or something like that, he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I was into the She-Hulk, and when she turned back into regular Jen, like I just wasn't attracted to her." I'm like, dude, this chick is still hot. What the hell are you talking about? I mean, She-Hulk is like a 12.
She-Hulk
but
is
still,
way
what's the
hotter.
name? Is
Yeah.
pretty hot. Yeah.
Have you seen that? There's a She-Hulk filter, and
oh yes,
Kate did it, and she was like, "Oh." It's like, that's just hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I saw. There's a bunch of
role play.
Bunch of TikToks of ladies doing the She-Hulk filter, and they were loving it. They're like, "Oh shit, look at that!" I'm like, "Oh damn."
I'm so happy that this show is good because like the last comic that I read was so fucking shitty. I need to get back into, you know, I haven't read the latest She-Hulk comics, but just that one that I read, I gave it like 3 issues, and it was still like she didn't Hulk out once, and I was like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. I don't give a shit about Jennifer Walters.
But what's kind of cool with the show is that we're not really seeing her do much like fighting. I mean, she had like the one punch she did for Titania, and then like the guy that like jumped her.
Like, but she fought demons.
That's right, she did.
Yeah,
fight demons.
She got goblin cum all over her.
Goblin cum. Yeah. It's also called mayonnaise. I'm just saying. It's goblin cum.
But did we also talk about the episode with Megan Thee Stallion on there?
We did. Yeah.
A little bit.
They were talking at the end.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, "Why is Megan Thee Stallion on here?" And like, yeah, she twerked on there. But yeah, it was still a funny episode.
Yeah, asking why Megan Thee Stallion's on there is like you got to listen to her music. I didn't like Megan Thee Stallion like when I first started when I first heard of her. I was like, whatever. And then when she was, I forget what song it was, when she was talking about getting eaten out while watching anime, and then she made like references about foxes and shit. I was like, oh, okay, she really does watch anime. So
yeah, dude, she's a huge blurred. Yeah, she's a huge blurred, and like there was something. She posted something on her Instagram recently that was kind of cool. Like she's playing a video game while a guy's like basically eating her ass. Like she's like squat down playing a video game, dude, just all up in her ass. I'm like, wow, that's nerd cred for sure.
Yeah, get it done.
But then also she got her degree. Like while her rap career was blowing up, she got her degree in like, I'm not sure if it was business or something else, but yeah, big up for her. I give her much props.
Yeah, I saw her on
Mhm.
stage in a Sailor
Sailor
Moon
Moon.
outfit that looked pretty
with
good.
no
Well, you
back.
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
You see that?
What's funny is that the photos that I first saw was like, oh, the Sailor Moon. And then she turned. Then I saw photos afterwards, like, oh, there's no front to that skirt. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, ass just all out. So
She did something
right
else
on.
recently that was like total geek Craig. I think she dressed up
Wait,
as somebody
hold up.
outside of Sailor Moon.
Hold up. We're missing something totally like from She-Hulk. The emergence of Wongers and
Oh
Maryland.
my God.
Or
Yeah.
Madison. I'm sorry, Madison.
Madison.
Wongers and Madison. With two N's and a Y.
Yeah.
But not what you think.
That shit was she's one of my favorite new characters. I just want to know
Madison.
how the fuck did she get a demon's heart? She just like walked out of a
Yeah.
demon realm with a demon's heart. It's like, oh yeah, I made some deal with the fucking devil, like a demon, and she's just
Demon.
walking around with like a demon
Demon
heart. I'm just like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, all right.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
want- I
she
wanna
said
know
she had
more.
to give up some of her blood. Yeah, she's like, I
Yeah,
have
she
to
had to
give
give
up
him
some
blood.
of my blood for
But she also
whatever.
said that if she tell you who she made the deal with, that he was going to come and kill like her entire fucking family, like her in-laws, her anybody that's related to her will be dead.
I mean, hold on. Can I give like the typical nerd answer? Probably Mephisto, but I think that
Oh,
there's been so many times where everybody thought that it was Mephisto and it wasn't. You know, so
mhm.
except
I
for
mean, you never know.
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah,
That shit was
the way she gave her name is fucking is hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's
The way that
it's two N's and a Y, but not what you think.
yeah, it's funny because when you are introduced to her and when you see her subsequently, she's constantly drunk. She's drunk like every time. The only time she's not drunk maybe is the end of the show where her and Wong are kind of, I'm gonna say post coitus because I really think that
I don't think they're
Wong get
fucking,
that ass over.
but they
I'm
should.
pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gotten that ass already. I mean, they're literally watching romantic comedies and romantic movies together, and it's funny because she's like quizzing him as if he's like watched any of these. He hasn't seen shit, and he saw one. Oh, he was
She
watching The
spoils
Sopranos.
shit for him. She spoils
That
everything
too.
for him.
On top of that too, because he's trying to watch The Sopranos, and she kept telling him everything that happened. He's like, "What the fuck?" But
Well,
they're hanging out in the
last-
fucking Tibetan mountains.
In the
getting
last
in it.
episode, we got a huge fucking Easter egg. She-Hulk, she went to go get a little wardrobe from fucking Edna. What's her name? Edna from
Edna
from
Mode.
Incredibles? Yeah, Edna
Yeah.
Mode. And this guy's like fucking dead on Edna Mode. But yeah, so hopefully next episode we might get her super suit. But then we also got a
Minotaur.
huge fucking Easter egg. We got to see kind of a little sneak peek at Daredevil's mask. We got to see his helmet, but it was yellow, and I was like, somebody said like that's like comic accurate. Is that true? Like his costume was yellow?
He changes his outfit every now and again. Just like every single superhero, they change their outfit every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a little confused with that. I was like, what the hell? Why is it yellow? It's not red. That's not the devil.
Yeah, he has a yellow and red like reverse flash kind of outfit.
Yeah, it was one of his uglier ones, though. Let's just be real.
So if it was like a reverse flash for Daredevil, would it be like safety guy?
Maybe.
What would be the verse of a Flash? I guess a blackout.
Mm.
Old Ninja. Old Ninja. Andor. Got the world going crazy.
Shit, you can't. You can talk about it, but you can't. It could come out today.
Oh, it came out today. I
Yeah,
won't
no
go.
spoilers,
I'm not
but-
I was gonna say, is it out already?
We're watching it probably
Yeah.
tomorrow. So
So they're like 47 minutes episodes. Like the first episode's 47 minutes. So Star Wars Andor on Disney Plus, the first 3 episodes were released today.
Wait, so
So-
they're not just doing week, or are they going to do it week by week?
They're going to
after?
do week by week, but the first 3 were dropped today.
Okay.
So you get 3 episodes to get off the jump, and I see why they did it, because it may be a little slow for some people, but it does like kind of world building, like a lot of world building, especially the world that Cassian is coming from, and it starts out like literally just bleak and gritty, like the dirty part of like the system, because he's in a I guess he's kind of like in the inner rim. He might be in towards the outer rim, but everything's all gritty.
Wait,
Dark.
hold on. Is this just after or just before Rogue One? Where is this on the timeline?
So when the episode literally starts, when you first see Andor, it gives you a location, and then for those of you who probably like Die Hard will know that it gives you a timeline. So it gives you a BBY, which stands for Before the Battle of Yavin, and it gives you a 5. So it's 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. For a lot of people who don't know, that's how Star Wars keeps track of their events. It's everything's either before the Battle of Yavin or ABY, which is after the Battle of Yavin, including Return of the Jedi. Even though I think that after Return of the Jedi, it should be AEY or wait, like after the Battle of Endor. But they keep it after the Battle of Yavin. That's like the mark. That's like the Jesus mark. So it sets you up. This is 5 years before Rogue One, at least when you start. And it just shows that this guy is like, there's something about him, but it's like you're like, okay, this guy has a past, obviously. And when you meet up with him, he's trying to chase his past. But the thing is, he's got to go into the dank, dirty, like underworld and to get the information he wants, and it gets him into trouble. And so he spends the next episodes, because I've only seen the first 2, trying to escape his trouble. He's trying to call in every favor he can that he has his disposal to clear his name or to fix his problem or to do whatever he needs to do to get out of his situation. But he's basically kind of on the run from the start. So it's like super crazy. I'm being very vague. So there's a lot more, way more involved, but it's like you see a lot of the state of the universe, or at least where he's at. It's just like there's a lot of just like kind of junk laying around where he's at. There's just junk everywhere. They do like old school kind of tech. It looks like 1980s tech. So they kind of keep it like cohesive, like Rogue One did, where you see like old school vector graphic type shit. You're not seeing that episode 1, 2, and 3 like super watery CGI stuff. You're seeing like old school stuff. You see like tubes and shit where they're like hooking up like electronics. But they don't do it like super heavily. They do it enough to keep you within the as they call it, the diegesis of the world. So I'm only on the first 2. I'm gonna watch the third one tonight, and it was a very gritty type. Everyone keeps saying this is adult Star Wars. I feel like this is just very like gritty Star Wars so far. But there are some stuff that very early on I think that's not very kosher for small children. So there you go.
So they dropped 3 episodes for the first release?
First 3, and then you'll see the 4th one next Wednesday.
Good shit. So people are saying some high praise for it. I definitely want to check it out for myself.
Yeah.
But, I dug Rogue One. It's been a long time since I've fucking seen it. I saw it in the theater probably that opening weekend. I don't know if I've revisited it since then. But
I mean, it's on Disney Plus, and I know you got it, even though you threatened to unsubscribe.
Isn't that kind of weird? Maybe it's because of our age, but remember back in the day when we were like growing up and I guess younger than we are now. We're always younger than we are now, which is weird. Anyway, there's movies that we used to watch like when we were younger, like all the time. Like I remember watching like The Matrix or like a bunch of other movies, like a bunch of times like in a row. But modern movies, like they don't have that same, like most modern movies, don't have the same appeal anymore. I don't know if it's because of age or just because movies just aren't made the same way. I don't want to say they're not made the same way because that's like the shitty old person thing of saying, "Oh, everything's fucking different now. Get off my lawn. Turn down the rap music." But I don't.
Are you talking about rewatchability of new movies?
Yeah. Like rewatchability seems to be like down for me. I still go back and watch older movies, like sometimes, like Fight Club. I can watch fucking Fight Club all the time. You know what I mean? But I can't go back and watch like. What's the last like good movie that I saw? I'm trying to remember. Huh?
That's on you. That's a subjective question.
It is very subjective. Well, what's the last good movie any of you guys saw that you consider like a really good film?
I mean,
Oh,
Well,
in theaters, I really liked the Batman.
The
I
Batman?
thought that was
Okay.
excellent.
Did you watch it more than once?
No, not yet. But that
Okay,
was
so-
earlier this year. That was only in what, March or April?
Okay. Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
time, but all right.
yeah, I think
I've been-
early March. Yeah.
the only movie I can think of is oh god, I was seeing that movie with the Monty Galls. Shit.
The Monty Galls?
With the Mexican family that was Power, the Colombian family, the animated one on Disney.
Shit, you're talking about? God damn it, the Madrigals. Madrigals,
called?
not Monty Galls. The
Encanto.
Madrigals. Yeah, Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto. Yeah, I watched that like maybe 4 times already.
I did, but that's because I have a kid. So I don't count kids movies because I got a fucking kid. I have to watch kids movies a bunch of times.
My kid haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. Then there you go.
Well, yeah, the first time I watched it, I actually didn't like it. I watched it again. I was like, "Oh, this is really good." And I watched it the third time. I was like, "Wow, this is really, really good." But yeah,
There's
but
messages
as
there.
far as like, I don't know, like other movies, like yeah, back in the day, I watched them. Even scary movies, watched them a bunch of times, like The Ring or The Grudge, like hundreds of times.
I'm
Just
thinking
like,
more. Hold on. I'll let Old Ninja answer first before I say what I'm going to say.
Still kind of thinking, yeah. The Batman was definitely good. Zack Snyder's Justice League, but those are like very long fucking movies. So the Batman's like 3 hours, and Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4. So I was like,
But did
dang.
you rewatch them?
No, because they're too long.
Yeah, I think that's. You know what? I'm going to chop it up to like it's an age thing. I think it's an age thing.
Actually, the other one that's I wanted to watch it again was 1918 or 1917. That was actually really good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that war movie.
Yeah, it's streaming now, but the thing about it, it's weird because it is a single shot, and there's actually there's pockets of dialogue. There's long parts of the movie. There's nothing going on. It's all like kind of suspenseful or action, and then like you get out of that by dialogue, and then you go back into suspense or action.
And so when
Tom Hardy with the mask again.
Yeah, and so you rewatched that?
No, I was going to, but that was the closest to it.
That's the closest. You almost rewatched it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I came this close. I was like, dude, I remember this movie being really good.
That's
amazing. And I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I rewatched Tarantino ones like
but
Kill Bills. I've seen
that's a long
maybe
time
a
ago. Yeah.
20 dozen
that was
times.
hella old.
That was in the teens, wasn't it?
Well, then, I mean, I don't know how recent this is. I guess it's already been 10 years, but Django I've seen multiple times.
That's long. That's a while ago too.
Yeah.
Like there's, I everybody on the podcast, you're convincing me that it's an age thing.
I think it might be.
We just don't watch movies over and over again as much as we used to.
But
because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I feel like if a classic one comes on, it's more like the nostalgia of it when you watch it again. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I remember seeing like Friday, for example. If that movie comes on, I'm sitting down and watching. I don't care what I need.
Again, it's an age thing. It's an old movie. Yeah, it's like
Where's the cutoff for old? Because like Mad Max, I've watched a bunch of times too. That was 2016, 2017.
Dude, that was fucking 6 years ago. That was more than that. That would have been at least 2015. So that was at least 7 years because the game came out in 2015.
Django Unchained was literally 10 years ago.
Yeah, Mad Max came out in 2015. Fury Road. That's 7 years ago. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. So it's an age thing. So this is the get off my lawn shit right now. So that's not great.
I mean, I feel like if you guys watched like Infinity War again, I think I have like on TV.
So when
it came
out,
you think you have, or did you?
I've seen.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think start to finish. I've seen it like on TV
You're proving my point,
multiple
man.
times.
And then you probably fell asleep on the couch or some shit.
Yeah, I turned the channel. I did something else, but I've seen a lot of it before.
Yeah, I know how this ends.
So I saw it twice. I saw it twice the weekend it came out. So I saw it like literally Thursday night opening day, and I saw it again like Sunday night.
And
I don't remember.
why did you watch it twice? Was it because you had different friends that were going to watch it with you?
I did, and usually I've been for big movies. I end up doing that, but I did enjoy Endgame. I don't
Hold
know.
on. This is the better question. Have you watched it again since then?
Yes, I have watched it again. Since
Okay.
then. So I've seen it 3 times total. Twice in the theater, and I watched it once at home.
I mean, I would watch it again, but also I'd watch something else would be more on my agenda. You know what I mean? So,
but it's also a 2.5-hour film.
You know what I think it. You know what I think it is. I'm going to give my honest answer as apparently an old fuck. Is that we only have so much fucking I think as we get older we realize we only have so much time left, and so we want to just consume new stuff instead of shit we already saw. You know?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I would concur with that because I mean, there's a. I mean, look at it now. We have so much access to so much new content now. With all these streaming services, most of us subscribe to. There's constant content all the time, and most of it is serialized. Like Andor, what you're talking about, She-Hulk, we're talking about, and then you're like, hey, a new episode. Literally, She-Hulk's out tonight. Like, there's a new episode out tonight, and it's like, am I going to go back and watch a 2.5-hour movie that I already see? Am I going to see this new hotness? Like, tomorrow, Atlanta, season 4, final season, starts tomorrow. Am I going to watch a 2.5-hour movie I've already seen? Or am I going to watch the new shit, the new 45 minute to an hour episode of Atlanta?
That's another thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was going to say, yeah, you got it.
We did the thing twice.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, there's a lot of content out there.
I finally got to watch episode 3 of fucking Sandman, which I've been talking about fucking the Sandman for the longest time, but I haven't been able to watch the goddamn show. And the show was fucking amazing, but I just don't have it because I think this is what gets harder, especially if you have a significant other. Is you only have so much time to watch and kids. When you have kids, you have a very limited time to watch anything. Very limited time to watch anything. It's you have to wait till they go to bed for adult shit, and then you get maybe 4 hours maximum. If you get fucking 4 hours maximum, 4 hours after your kids go to bed, that's you go to bed at midnight or later than that. And so, okay, you know. But also, it's just you don't want to watch something without your significant other, and if it's something that they don't want to watch, you have to make sure they don't want to watch it. Then you can watch it, but then you have to have time apart from them to watch it. You know, so it's this whole weird fucking thing of getting time to watch the show that you want. But yeah, Sandman is fucking great. I'm so glad I got to watch episode 3 now. You know, but yeah, watching that the effect of what the guy that got the fucking the protection amulet.
Oh, the amulet.
Oh,
the ruby.
Yeah, when somebody tried, no, not the ruby, the actual protection.
Oh no,
amulet.
the one that mom gave him.
Yeah,
It's invincible.
Yeah.
Anybody that threatened him will basically just fucking get killed.
Yes, and so when he first got it, and then somebody tried to shoot him, and watching what happened to him, I was like, oh my god, that's an amazing effect. And then everybody else shot him. I was like, oh, they can't afford the rest of those effects. Okay, just that one guy. I was like, because that effect was so fucking cool that they couldn't afford to keep doing that. I wanted to keep seeing it. I was like, he got shot in the chest, and the guy just basically got fucking peeled apart from the inside out. And I was just like, this is fucking great.
Did you got to the cafe scene, right? Or is that the next episode?
No, that's a couple episodes.
Yeah.
That's one or two.
Well, the guy's got he's I think now he'd have the eye of Morgamoto, I'm gonna call it. He's gonna go find his ruby, and that's the cafe scene is coming up.
Yeah, it's a great story. I mean, Neil Gaiman is first of all, he's a really great writer, and second of all, he's a really great fucking troll. Actually, he's not even a fucking troll. He's just he doesn't put up people's shit.
You're talking about the
on Twitter
author, right?
Yeah, the author, Neil Gaiman. People will talk shit. People thought that he wrote or that he directed some show that he liked, but he had nothing to do with the whole thing. And it was just he was talking shit against all of that. I forget what the fucking show it was. But yeah, Neil Gaiman on Twitter is great.
Yeah. Real quick too, in terms of classics, though, obviously some old. This is an old age thing as well. Some classics just remind you of a certain time period, like Christmas time and Die Hard or whatever.
Nostalgia.
You know what I mean?
It's
or
nostalgia,
Home
man.
Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the nostalgia hits, and you've seen that a bunch of times, maybe 30 plus times in your life. You may watch it again. You know what I mean? Just because it's that time of year. So
I don't. You know, this is the as we're having this conversation, I don't like that because I feel like as older people that we're missing like a lot of shit because because the things that we watched before that make us feel more comfortable with that time period, you know. But we're missing out with like a lot of like newer shit and like not rewatching it and like because. For instance, I'll give Fight Club as an example. I watched Fight Club for the first time like a long fucking time ago. It's an amazing film. I've rewatched that fucking movie so many goddamn times, and it wasn't until like the second or third like watch where I started noticing shit like in the very beginning of the movie where it's like, hey, this guy is not like all there right from the get go.
Yep.
And there's probably films out there right now that are like that, but we don't rewatch them because we would rather be comfortable in our past rather than live in the present. It's kind of shitty.
Or I'll give it a slight caveat. Maybe it's because you've seen it before, and when you see it again, you're like, okay, are they going to innovate on this? And they kind of don't. They just kind of copy it, so it's not as appealing. Versus when you see it the first time, it's amazing.
This is so I just did a quick Google search on Neil Gaiman's like name, and I didn't know he actually wrote books as well. But he wrote like Good Omens, which is a show on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
American Gods was another one of his.
Yep.
But this one shocked me too. Coraline.
Yeah.
The
I brought that up.
Like it was by him. I don't think that movie was by Disney. But yeah, I didn't know he did like other works.
He's a prolific writer. And when like people, this is what was funny to me when people were like coming at him on Twitter. It's like, you guys have no idea who the fuck this guy is. You have no idea who this guy is.
yeah, and he made the Sandman obviously, and that's blowing the fuck up. Real quick on movies.
Go ahead.
Real quick on movies because I know I mentioned it maybe a month or so ago. Don't fucking sleep on that RRR movie.
I need to watch it. Yeah.
If you want to see something fucking fresh and goddamn new, that even though it's long, I will rewatch that one.
Will you? But did you?
I saw it like 6 weeks ago, but I will rewatch it for sure.
I don't think you will. I'll put money on it, but all right.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You got shit to do, bro. You can't even do this whole fucking podcast. You got to leave in like fucking 30 minutes?
Yeah, you got.
I'll find some time.
You gotta learn how to count too. I mean, there's a lot on this too.
RR is 3. I'm just saying. It's 3 R's.
Right.
So wait, jumping back to Megan Thee Stallion. So the thing I give her geek credit for is that when she dressed up as Sailor Moon with the Sailor Scout outfit, she was in Japan, like she was performing there. But she also went to Disneyland, not Disneyland. She went to Mario World. So she went to Mario World. Pictured her like breaking blocks, and she's like doing all these cool like anime shit. That's kind of dope of her.
She went to that JoJo museum too, or art exhibit as well.
Yeah.
Oh. So she's truly weaving.
She also dresses up as Vecna. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
I hope that she brings anime to like a whole new generation of black women. Because I think that there's like a lot of people in general don't watch fucking anime because they relegate it to fucking a bunch of nerds, which is fine. I'm a nerd, but whatever. They're really enjoyable to watch. It's like saying that you don't like any sort of American TV is like saying I don't like anime. You know what I mean? It's like there's probably more, maybe not more. There's equally the same amount of anime as there like variations as there is of like American TV bullshit. Like you can get slice of life, you can get fucking horror, you can get action, you can get all kinds of shit.
You get porn.
Yeah, you get hentai. Yeah, that's it's
porn.
And food is.
You get drama. You get
just saying.
Some Master Chef shit on there.
Yeah.
Food of Gundams.
Food of Gundams. A couple episodes ago. That's the way to go. You know. If it doesn't fit, more oil. I'm just saying.
I want to kind of grab the reel just really quick. One project. Are you not watching She-Hulk, or are you watching and just not enjoying?
I haven't. I didn't really like the first episode, honestly, and then I checked out. So I haven't revisited any of them.
Yeah, you haven't liked any of the Disney TV shows.
Not necessarily true. I liked
Marvel
a lot
ones.
of what Sam and Bucky, besides the villain, was all about. I didn't see Loki or
You didn't see Loki?
I didn't
Shit.
see Loki, and I didn't see what was the one with the
WandaVision.
Egyptian Moon Knight. I didn't see
Oh,
either
I
one
didn't
of
watch
those.
Moon Knight either, which I need to go.
Neither.
I need
I
to watch
tried.
that.
I watched Moonlight. I actually enjoyed Moonlight because it was kind of crazy and it was wild. But that was another one where you know that there's something crazy about the character literally within the first 30 seconds. Something's off with your character when you start. So that's why and plus I really like Oscar Isaac. I watch a lot of the stuff he does because he's really phenomenal. So
I don't know. I don't like how he treated my boy Poe.
Oh,
and then on to the next thing. Did anybody watch the Hellraiser for Hulu trailer?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. Looked
Yeah, that was fire.
pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah, so I
Dude,
feel
he's
like
killing it with the
you're-
shows.
I feel like they were holding back on a little bit on the trailer. 'Cause one of the scenes I think was probably a lot more bloody, and I think they edited it for
yeah.
the trailer. I was like, oh, I think this guy's because there's a person in pain, but from what you see, it's only his leg, and I'm like, he's writhing in kind of a lot of pain. I think there's a lot more going on in the scene that they're hiding from us.
They did a
we
Red Band
actually see
trailer.
it. No, I don't. It's a Hulu exclusive, so I don't think
No, but
we're
they did a
gonna.
Red Band trailer.
I don't know if we'll get that for
Let's get
Hulu.
an R-rated version.
I
of
think
the-
I think Hulu has rated R stuff. So
Oh yeah,
no,
no.
yeah.
I'm talking about trailer wise.
Oh,
When did we
yeah,
seen a rated trailer for Hulu?
I mean, you can't show like. Well, I mean, obviously on like YouTube, you can't show certain things on YouTube. So
So
I'm excited about this franchise getting kind of a rebirth or whatever. I mean, it's been pretty much dead in terms of films or TV series. What, for 20 years, 30 years? How long has it been?
since the last Hellraiser, which was early, I think 2010 maybe. There's like 8 of
2010? Oh my god. Okay, I
There's-
thought it was like the 90s.
No, there's like 8 of them. Like you didn't see Hellraiser Bloodlines where they go to space.
Nah, I missed that shit.
Yeah, it was like 8, and then I think there was
Actually,
Hellbound.
there's one in 2018, Hellraiser
Yeah.
Judgment.
Dude, I guess I have skipped
that was the last one.
these recent ones. Holy shit. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there's been
That's
a bunch.
good.
I just remember the one where like there's like a party and then everybody becomes a Hellraiser and there's like a dude with like CDs in his head instead of the normal nails.
It might
like
have been the second one.
BSM stuff going on in the back.
All
Yeah,
I know is this trailer looks fucking creepy. It looks dark. It looks like, I agree with Old Ninja, it looks like it has more blood, but it's possibly censored. It's a trailer that hooks you in right fucking off the bat. So I'm down to watch this shit.
Pun intended. And I know that Cthulhu's Prodigy is really interested because the main actress, the person playing Pinhead, is a trans woman. So, as in
So,
the book,
I'm
the character
interested in that,
Pinhead-
but I didn't know that, and you
Yeah,
know that,
yeah,
and
don't try to see first we show that you can't count. Now you're trying to lie that you didn't know that there's live action.
I didn't know
And
it.
yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Don't try
Okay.
to lie. You
All right.
already know. That's why you're interested. You're like, oh, live action food.
No.
It's gonna be
No.
great.
It was- in Hellraiser 3, there's a guy
Best
called
Friend.
CD
Best
Head. His name is
That's the
CD
best
Head.
one.
He has CDs instead of pins.
Yeah, there's like Hellraiser Judgment in 2018. I think that one's a prequel or whatnot. There's a bunch of crazy ones. There's Hellraiser Hellbound from 2005, and there's a bunch. Hellraiser Inferno.
I have missed all of the ones this century, I guess, because I don't know none of those.
Yeah, 2000 was Inferno, 2018 was Judgment, 2005 was Hellworld. There's a few. The original came out. The first one was 87.
Yeah,
Way
that's
back.
a bunch.
Hellraiser make you put down a Rubik's cube just be safe.
yeah, fuck
Yeah,
all that
this-
shit.
Just to be
All right,
safe.
y'all. I'm gonna dip. I'll check y'all next week.
All
Peace.
right, later, man.
All right, don't drop the soap.
Yeah, dang.
Have y'all watched Rick and Morty this season?
I've only seen the first episode.
Oh my god. Anyway, well, first of all, I'm going to say that I'm actually worried about the show getting canceled. I like the last season, but I was looking up just in general, like Rick and Morty. I was trying to figure out like what happened on the last episode, and the ratings have gone down like significantly since like season 3, which is crazy to me because like this last season they're pushing the fucking envelope, and like there's one about I can't even say it because you guys haven't watched, but
I watched it. How
Yeah.
are you watching it? On Adult Swim, or
yeah, I mean I have I got Hulu, so
yeah, I'm looking on Hulu and it's like there's no season 6. It's just season 5.
yeah, there is.
Oh, you have the full package Hulu,
Yeah,
like you get live TV and stuff.
yeah.
Okay,
Maybe that's why. So I don't have live Hulu.
Well, they
I just
probably have it on. If you go on like YouTube, let me make sure. It might be on YouTube for like most people because I know like the first, at least 1 or 2 episodes were on YouTube for free.
the first one is on YouTube for free. That's how I watched it.
is it
Okay.
on HBO Max? I know HBO Max has Adult Swim, but I wonder if they just have the older.
They have Adult Swim and
Maybe this is
yeah,
the
they have
reason
both.
why.
But it's not on there. It's just season 5.
I think this is the reason. Maybe you guys are explaining the literal reason why it's been a drop off because people are just like moving away from like cable and stuff.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, it's live on there. So, yeah, this season has been like it's been really good. And like the last one, I can't even. It puts a new spin on masturbation. I'm just saying. Once you guys see it, I think it's episode 3 of season 6. I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, episode 3 of season 6. Yeah, redefines masturbation. So, yeah.
Wow. Wait, it's not the one where Morty's like humping the horse extractor.
Nope.
That's that one.
Nope. You're not going nearly
Yeah.
far enough.
Oh man. Well, they have an incest baby in that season.
Nope. Still not far enough.
Oh god dang. Okay.
This goes
Well,
way beyond incest. So,
Oh.
yeah, you'll see.
yeah, I'll see. I'll definitely see because I know what they did last year. Adult Swim would post the previous episode a week later on their site, and it would be locked until like the following week, and then you could watch it. And then the last 3 episodes you couldn't watch unless you subscribed to the site. So
Yeah, I think
But
there's got to be a problem with like distribution because in like season 3 got like so many more viewers
hmm
than like any other. Like this season has been like it's the lowest viewed season, at least according to Wikipedia and the ratings. The lowest watched season that they've ever had, and I don't understand why because it's been pretty fucking awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like they have season 5 on HBO Max.
Yes, but they
not
do
season
not have
6. Yeah.
6, which is the
Oh,
current
okay.
season.
Season 6, never mind. Damn, I haven't watched season 5. Holy shit, I'm looking at it like none of this looks familiar.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, season 5 was
Wild.
Good. Yeah. Especially the
Um,
end. The end was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta watch this.
it was wild. It was fun though. It was a crazy season. Season 5 had the incest baby.
Yeah.
Wild.
Is it like Marty McFly going back in time and having sex with his mom?
No, it's more dangerous than that. So
You know what? This episode of the podcast is gonna be fucked up because I didn't start recording the actual video until like 10 minutes in.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so now I have to wait until till it's up on YouTube, and I got to grab it down and then fucking manipulate it and export it. So yeah, so this might be like a late podcast for everybody with the audio.
So if you're listening now, you get it live and direct.
Yeah, because I'm already kind of tired. And I don't feel like going through all
That's
that
all
shit. So
Yeah. Have you guys talked about Thor: Love and Thunder yet? Like, have you guys gave your reviews or have you seen it?
I haven't
I
watched
gave
it
it-
yet.
I've given a very like non-spoilery review. I think 2 weeks ago.
What was your take on it? Because I watched it recently and honestly,
It was mid. It was mid.
but
Prodigy's favorite word. It was mid. So
yeah, maybe I'll say the same. It was decent. It was watchable, but it wasn't great. Like,
it's not epic. I think a lot of people are
Yeah.
expecting it to be epic, but but excuse me. I'm gonna say it wasn't as fun, or even like cohesive as Ragnarok. Ragnarok had a lot of shit going on, but it all came together, and it was fun. It was exciting. Even though I know a lot of people, I mean, you guys were like, "Oh, they should have held back on the Hulk and used it as a surprise." But
Prize.
this one was kind of like it felt a little aimless. Even, I mean, there was a beginning, middle, and end, but it still felt aimless in between. I was
Like for me, I feel like with the first Thor movie, it was all about like action and like fighting and stuff like that. And then everyone after that became like more on a comedic side, and like I'm kind of sick of that with Thor. Like I want to see him like kick ass, not fucking tell jokes or have like little, I don't know, little just humor stuff. Like they're trying. I feel like they're trying too hard to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was funny, and that what made it good. And they're kind of using that same recipe for Thor. And I just think it's not really working. Like he's a fucking god who's super strong and powerful. I want to see him fucking out there kicking ass, not making jokes about how, you know, he has to meditate and the wind's got to blow a certain way in his face or some shit like that. Like it kind of took me away from the show. But Kristen Bell's character was great. Like every time he was on the scene, I was like, damn. Except when he told a joke, I was like, okay, this is fucking dumb. Like, why are you telling a joke? You got these kids fucking shitting their pants, and all of a sudden you're gonna come in with a joke.
Fuck
like,
them kids.
Yeah, well,
shit.
yeah, it wasn't really a joke. Them kids shot themselves, man.
Oh
Yeah, I mean,
kind of joke.
I will say that the fight scenes were cool. Those
The
are
fights
actually
were great.
very well shot and choreographed. So, but everything else was just kind of mid. There was a lot of humor. I think they could have expanded a little bit more on Jane's story.
Yeah.
It was still kind of like tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, and I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't epic, but it was just kind of. It was like it felt like filler more than like moving along the MCU. So
Well, an interesting thing that actually Sweeney brought up was that the little girl who plays what's the name, the daughter, is actually Chris Hemsworth's real daughter.
Oh,
Like that's one of his daughters, and he got like 2 sons too, and I think they were in the movie as other characters. But also his brother plays Thor, the actor, in the movie. So his brother plays Thor as well, just the actor version. I didn't even realize that. I thought they got like not a lookalike, but I thought he looked like what's the guy's name? Not Matt Damon.
well, Matt Damon's in it.
Yeah, Matt Damon's in it, but like I feel like they got somebody who looked like Matt Damon to play Chris Hemsworth's character.
Yeah.
It was
Matt Damon's in it, and then what was it? Sam Neill's in it. Totally funny.
Yeah. And then we also got what's the name of the girl who plays Helena, the actress Helena. Jenny McCarthy, not Jenny McCarthy. What's her name? The girl from Ghostbusters, the other McCarthy.
Oh, Jenny
Chubbier girl.
Jenny
Yeah.
McCarthy. Or no, I'm sorry, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, you're right.
But
Yeah, she was in there, but overall,
I forgot that she was in it.
sorry.
No,
I
she's
give like a 4. 4 Thor. 4 for Thor.
damn, that's quite low.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, where else to, fellas?
So everyone in the chat has been talking about it. They've been asking us about it. I think I'm the only one who's done it. Is Harley Quinn season 3?
I'm so behind.
I was able to finish it like a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks now, but no one else has finished it except for me. I'm the only one.
Yeah. The last episode I saw was when Bruce Wayne kidnaps the plant guy. Like, I think that's where I'm at right now.
Oh, what the hell is I keep forgetting.
So where they go to the House of Owls and they're having like a fucking orgy.
The orgy episode, I wasn't ready. I wasn't paying attention to the title of the episode because it says orgy in the title, and when you watch it, like everyone starts fucking, and it was like wild. I was like, "What the hell is happening right now?" And it was crazy. But it's funny because Harley and Poison Ivy are on a mission because they're trying to find the plant guy. I can't think of his fucking name. JB Smooth's character.
Yeah.
But it was just wild because everyone's trying to get down. Like, oh, what are you doing here? You ready to get down? They're like, no, we're here for work. We're trying to find a homie. So
The one issue I have is the way they play the Bat family. Like, damn, like Bruce Wayne is just fucking a simp He's
He's
fucking
a tool.
for
He's
Catwoman.
He's
Commissioner Gordon is just a nutcase. Fucking
no, he's a
Barbara is
drunk.
just
He's a drunk. He's a drunk.
Barbara's just like fucking just out there for attention. And like when they introduced Dick, like he was kind of monologuing himself, like, "Oh, it's so hard to be back in the town." Like they really Harley's vision of the Bat family is it's kind of hilarious, but yeah, they're kind of dumbing down my boy Batman. That's kind of disrespectful. But I still like it. I still like what they do though.
Yeah, you got to keep watching because things switch up pretty quick.
And then Joker, like he's got his little fucking family, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's weird because the Joker, everyone's waiting for him to go maniacal, and he's like trying to be a family man. He's running for, he's gonna run for mayor. So things get wild. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's happening with the Joker? It's like he's sane or something.
Yeah. Well, he kind of does that in Batman Ninja. Batman Ninja, the Joker becomes like a peaceful guy. He's like a farmer and stuff like that. But all of a sudden he snaps again before the shit hits the fan. So if you haven't seen Batman Ninja, it's like a Batman anime where Batman gets teleported into old Japan.
Oh, that's how it works. Because it's on HBO Max. So
yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the name of the plant is Frank. Frank.
Frank.
Frank. He's like Ivy's best friend. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he reminds me of the what's the name of that monster? Remember that show Monsters?
no,
Like it was on Nickelodeon.
no.
Oh, there's a monster that have its eyes in its hands, which is kind of funny. Kind of like Pan's Labyrinth. I think there's a character on there too that has eyes in their hands.
Oh yeah, he does. Pan's Labyrinth, he does. There's a character that has eyes for hands, but I mean, this guy, he's like super raunchy though. He's always trying to talk about fucking and shit. Fucking or killing. He's either talking about sex or killing people, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got it. You're like behind because there's I think 8 or 10 episodes, and it gets wild because there's like one of the better episodes, which is crazy, is that there's a zombie episode. There's
Did I get that one?
yeah,
I think I did. Wait, no.
No, you would know because it kind of lasts for like an episode and a half.
Yeah. Well, because there's an episode of the Batman that has a zombie episode, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but,
this has a
what I'm
zombie
saying though.
and it just shows more about Bruce Wayne and the way that the show portrays. And then they kind of change him a little bit, so we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to give too much away.
Right,
But people in the chat were asking, what was going on, Harley Quinn, and did you guys watch it? What did you guys think? So I guess we're gonna have to wait until we all see it, or at least
I'm gonna binge it. I'll binge it and catch up. It's always an easy watch because it's so goddamn good.
Yeah, it's half an hour episodes, so you can get through. You can watch 2 in an hour. You set up an hour, you watch 2, and you're good to go. And just moving along. So,
Dude, I still need to even watch Cobra Kai, like season 5 dropped recently.
Yeah, season 5 dropped like 2 weeks ago. I haven't started it. I've been like, because I don't want to get lost, because I haven't started season 3 of Lock and Key. So I'm like super behind on all these shows. I mean, just like Cronus was talking about earlier, we're not rewatching movies, but there's so much new content out that it's like kind of hard to keep up because it's like you can watch a 2.5 hour movie or like watch at least 3 or 4 episodes of your, new favorite show or a show you're interested in. Because there's already 3 shows that I'm kind of watching that are current now. When there's still shows that I haven't finished that are like just sitting there in my queue and whatnot. Like I haven't seen season 2 of Raised by Wolves, even though I know the show got canceled. I would still like to see how the show, kind of ended. And I sitting up there. I got like, a bunch of other shows. I went back and was finishing up the Ghost in the Shell animated series, which is like the CGI series, the SAC 2049 series. So I'm on the last like 2 episodes because they're quick watches too. They're about half an hour, but I just never finished it. So I went back because I want to start the Cyberpunk animated series, which has been, they're like 10 episodes of that too. So all this new shit keeps coming at us. We're going to get new shit next month for Halloween. There's going to be a ton of shit coming out. We got the Hellraiser we're talking about. There's going to be the werewolf show on Disney Plus, which is supposedly supposed to introduce us to Blade. We're gonna get Willow in November. There's just gonna be a ton of stuff coming out. So,
Dude, HBO, Hulu, Disney are fucking killing it with their movies, their TV shows that they're releasing. I feel like Netflix is kind of slipping on their game. I know there's an announcement that Netflix might be going away with their whole binge watching.
I mean,
which
they had the Sandman that came out recently. There's a bunch of other shows too. So
yeah,
no, we're talking about
that's
like,
kind of,
they're not gonna drop it all at once. They're gonna do weekly releases.
okay.
which I'm fine with because all the other platforms are doing that, and like I think it might be a good business model for them to do that, just because people will subscribe to Netflix, watch a show, binge it all in like a weekend, and then just cancel their Netflix. So having it so it's extended kind of keep a little bit more people accounts kind of going, but we'll see. Plus, another thing is when you binge watch a show, especially when you do a podcast like us, if we all binge watch a show, we try not to spoil it. By next week, I forgot what the fuck happened on that show. Like, what episode did this and that?
It's
like,
because I don't watch it again. Because we're old.
That's the end of this podcast. Go back and watch it again.
Yeah. I'm with it.
I was gonna say my bad.
Go ahead.
So speaking of, once we're talking about again, content and time, Cronus, did either of you, actually Cronus and Blue, did you watch the Rings of Power?
Nah, I'm not into that.
Are you not watching the Lord of the Rings stuff?
I watched the first, I think 3.
I think that's current.
Is it? Okay. Well,
No,
then,
no, there's a fourth one. I watched the fourth.
I was gonna say I don't think it is, but yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. I like the lore. I think it's really cool, like what they're doing. People are mad about shit that they shouldn't be mad about. It's fantasy. Like people, it's the problem that I have with like these stupid ass racist people. And yes, you're fucking racist. All right, let me just explain it to you. If you're watching anything fantasy, and if the color of something's skin that's brown bothers you, then you're fucking racist. Orcs are fucking green or literally black or whatever. That doesn't bother you at all. But all of a sudden, a brown-looking Harfoot, which is basically like a halfling, bothers you because because they look just black enough for you that gets you fucking feeling some sort of way. But orcs don't bother you at all, then you're fucking racist, man. I mean, like, if that's bothering you and you like, there's really no other way around it. And it bothers me that it's just people are getting mad about black people being in fantasy shit, and they'll try to give excuses of like, oh, this is European things. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no fucking dragons or orcs or elves or fucking dwarves in fucking Europe at all. So shut the fuck up. It's all made up. Like, Europeans do not own fantasy as a whole. White people on this planet are the minority. So just shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. Let people enjoy this shit. If you don't enjoy it, then I guess whatever. Like, any person of color that lives in America, we are so used to seeing white faces in, like, basically fucking everything. We don't complain about it. And for the most part, even with like seriously egregious fucking things, like Cleopatra being white, or Gods of Egypt, basically everybody in that fucking movie being white, or any other biblical based movie being mainly white people and shit like that. It's like there was very little backlash, but all of a sudden you have a brown Harfoot, which is basically a hobbit, and which is made up, which so is religion for me, but whatever. And people are just like losing their fucking mind. Get the fuck out of here and fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, these people trying to act like this is their content. Like, you didn't make this. Like, I understand that you enjoy it, that you consume it, but with fantasy is supposed to push the boundaries of the fantastic and the fanatical and the mystified. Like, there's fucking unicorns using it in fucking fantasy and orcs and trolls and shit. We ain't got that shit on this planet. And y'all are like, oh, apparently seeing blackface and dark skinned people takes you out of it. Like literally, there's a literal article about a grown man, a professional man who writes for a newspaper, I think a blog, and then I think he runs I think he might be a firefighter too. But he says that, you know, this is supposed to be a record of European history, and then seeing black faces in it takes him out of it. I'm like, what the fuck? There ain't no dragons and shit in there. Like white folks with these like Spock ears and shit. Like you're cool with that? Them living a couple thousand years, but then you make them blackface, and all of a sudden it destroys the lore for you.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because it again, it's made up. Fictional fucking character, like it's all made up. And people are mad about skin color. I mean, just imagine if we got invaded by aliens. Like seriously, and people are just like, imagine like explaining to people that we're all humans, but because a certain group are darker than others, that there's a problem. Like it seems so ridiculous. And also, like most people on this planet are brown. Like let's just be
most.
Like most people on this planet are brown, if not the vast majority. You know, because the vast majority of people live in like India and China, and I guess China they're not quite that brown, but in India they certainly are brown. And there's and in both regions that I talked about, they're definitely not fucking European or white.
All of South America, you're looking at a lot of brown faces. I mean, I understand that there are Asian people and what they term is Latin America or South America, but it's mostly brown faces.
Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of hearing that shit.
Kind of jump back to the movie thing too. Is that a lot of times too, the white person's the hero. Like even
a lot of times, most of the time.
Well, like the one, the Last Samurai with Tom Cruise.
Paul Mooney.
But even like somebody else pointed this out, how like even in Black Panther, a white guy was a hero because he shot down like the ship that kept the Wakandan weapons from flying off. Like even like all the Wakandans in Wakanda like fighting a fight, but there's one guy who's going out there to save
that guy's not the hero,
from being exposed.
He stopped one from going out. He doesn't like end the whole conflict,
but he stops them from being discovered.
So
but they already ordered. Hold on, the person's reaching.
Then he came out,
huh?
I thought then they came out and let the people know about their wealth.
But that was the choice of the country itself.
No, hold on. No, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I don't agree with that. Like that person being the hero, like at all. Like I think that person's the villain.
He wasn't like a mighty hero, but he still saved part of Wakanda from being exposed.
Like what? Are you talking about? Like Black Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther, the FBI guy who's flying the jet to try to shoot down one of the other planes from leaving Wakanda to deliver off weapons.
Yeah, but they were already exposed. Like they were exposed by T'Chaka getting killed at that one summit. They knew about Wakanda and they knew about Black Panther. So
they knew about Wakanda, but they didn't know about
they didn't know their wealth. Yeah, they didn't know shit about their wealth.
Well, I mean, a lot of them did. I mean, including
farm town.
A lot of them did, especially like the villains and stuff like that. And they knew about Black Panther. So I don't know. Saying that the white guy is supposed to be the hero in Black Panther, I think that's like a very far reach, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's not the hero, but he does save the town.
He does something, yes, but he definitely didn't fucking save Wakanda from being taken over by what would be a dictator in
or
Killmonger.
A tyrant.
And even in Killmonger, even still, like with him, like there's a lot of things that he was saying that were legit. Like, why didn't you help black people in other countries?
Oh yeah.
So that's what I take away from that shit. You know.
Yeah, let's say. I mean, even if he shot down the ship that was carrying that cargo, at the time Killmonger was still alive or was still up and running. You may see him again, but if he doesn't go down, that threat is still there. He helped out. Definitely, but he didn't stop the overall threat. So
it's also the same guy that got saved by the Wakandans, right? Pretty sure it was Ross.
Yeah,
Ross, but
yeah. No, it's not Ross.
He got like shot at spine or whatever.
Yeah, and he got saved by the black people.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole point. Shit, I had something else
Well,
on here.
honestly, we have to end this podcast a little bit early, only because I'm getting a little bit tired. And normally it's okay if I'm tired at this point, but I know I have to like literally wait for this episode to end, and then I have to fucking download it and then encode it and then re-upload it. So
I'm totally cool with it. We can talk about House of Dragons next week.
oh fuck!
Yeah,
All right,
we
hold on.
You can if you want. We can save it. We just put it in all one big lump. It's up to you.
No, this will be the last thing we'll talk about then. House of the Dragon.
Okay.
Only because it wasn't quite the Red Wedding, but it was up there. It was pretty fucked up in a different kind of way. Yeah.
We wedding, the Green Wedding.
Yeah, so go ahead and set up.
Man, so we got House of Dragons going down. We literally start with the king in all his frailness showing up at the shore of Driftwood. And he's basically begging his cousin to have his son marry his daughter. And there's like a little exchange there where the cousin, Corlys, he's like, okay, if my son marries your daughter, what happens when they ascend the throne? Is he going to be king? Is he going to be able to keep his name? Because he wants to keep his legacy, and he wants to be able to have his legacy kind of be on the chair. And the king's like, nah. Like, if whoever ascends the throne, and their kids after that, they will be Targaryens no matter what. Whoever sits on that throne from this family will be a Targaryen. They can keep their names while they're in between successions, but once they're on the throne, they're going to be a Targaryen. And like the cousin, he thought about it, and he's just like, all right, cool. So like on the beach, the kids are talking or whatever, and it's Rhaenyra and her soon-to-be husband Lenore, like they talk about an arrangement, and I was like, what the hell? What the hell they're talking about? And then they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna have this arrangement. You do your thing during dinner or after dinner, or whatever, and I'm gonna do mine. All right, fine. They go back to the parents, and they're talking about the marriage, and they're like, well, you know that the son is a certain way. He may not consummate the marriage. I'm like, oh shit, he likes boys. He likes booty. He likes boys' booty hole. I'm like, all right, cool. So I guess their arrangement is basically they'll be married by name, but they can basically fuck whoever they want. So they Rhaenyra goes back to King's Landing, I guess. She's talking to Sir Criston. Sir Criston's like, let's run away. You know, you took your virtue from me. I want to do the honorable thing, I guess, and we should be a couple. We should, don't marry your cousin. Come with me. We'll start a family. And she thinks about it and she's like, nah, the Iron Throne is bigger than anybody. And she's kind of right. She's going to be the first queen of the land that would rule, not be a consort or a side piece.
Well, and it's also just beyond ruling. It's just like going from like a life of luxury to like squalor.
True.
Like not knowing where next is going to be. Like it was for him. Obviously, they're both young, but it's ridiculous to have like ask a princess to like, hey, let's just run away from like everything that you basically own, right? Or you will own.
And he talks about settling in a spot, not Dorne, but he literally names a spot, a Game of Thrones spot too. He's like, we'll just settle in this one city and we'll just raise a family or whatnot. She's like, nah. I have she's like, I have a responsibility. I got responsibilities. The Iron Throne must be maintained because remember her dad told her a secret that there needs to be a Targaryen on the throne no matter what, and she wants to maintain that. And so Sir Criston's not happy. She's like, whatever. And then they arrange a wedding, or not a wedding. I'm sorry. They arrange
he's not even just
feast.
Hold on. He's not happy because basically he broke his vow to fuck her.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
like,
he was a virgin.
That's a serious deal, and that's not just he's a virgin. It's like his vows of being, part of like the White Cloaks was to like not fuck people, and it also like she's literally his charge to like protect her, and yeah.
Oh, true, but apparently his whole, his lineage, she brought him up. He's from a non-noble house and a house that nobody gives a shit about, and she raised him up to the ranks of being the protector of the princess. On top of that, I guess all the knights of his rank, they're all virgins. That's why they wear the white cloak. And she took it from him. And now he feels like he's dishonoring his post. So he kind of has the itch to kind of leave, but he wants her to come with him. So they have like this. They get back to Westeros. They have this huge banquet to announce the wedding and to announce that there are going to be like weeks of partying up until the wedding. So there's everyone's there. The queen isn't there. She's like running late. Damon isn't there. And, like nobody kind of cares. But then like after everyone's introduced, like all these families, everything's all quiet, and Damon just kind of strides right in. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't have to be announced. I'm part of this family. This is a big deal. I'm gonna show up. Fuck everybody. And so like the king, his brother, is like, all right, bring him a chair, let him sit. He comes in and sits. And then like before they're about to have in the middle of the king's speech, the queen shows up. And everyone's kind of quiet and they don't know what to do because usually the queen comes out with the king. And she's wearing green and one of the basically the new Littlefinger, which is the son of shit. He's the son of one of the guys.
He's one of the hand.
Was he the oh, he is the hand son.
Yeah,
Yes, the new
Littlefinger is like an actual person. The hand is the actual role.
But this guy's like the new Littlefinger because he was like in the queen's ear about what he saw go to or what he heard.
No, it's not the hand. I sorry, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I got you.
He is the son of the hand. You're right about that. But because he talks about his father, and he talks about
he's the guy who got fucked up by Damon, right?
Did he get fucked up by Damon?
Yeah,
no.
I remember.
No, he's disabled. He showed up to in the very first episode. He showed up to the games.
Okay.
He said he wish he could fight, but he has a cane.
Okay.
He's had a cane ever since. And actually, Damon makes a remark about his son being disabled, which is kind of fucked up. But anyway, moving on. There's a scene where the queen and the son of the hand, and he talks about what he saw. What he heard. I'm sorry, he did not see. He heard about this special tea by the maester himself, who delivered it to the princess's room, and she's like questioning him, like, "What business is this? State your business. Why are you telling me this?" He's like, "Well, she must have been sick, right?" And she's like, "She saw the princess." She's like, "Well, no, the princess isn't sick. I guess they gave her a version of Plan B, the Westeros version of Plan B." So the queen wants to get information, so she calls up Sir Criston when they're at Westeros. And she tries to get out of him that did he see Daemon and Rhaenyra hook up or be affectionate with each other. But instead he lets it slip that he had sex with her, and he's willing to accept the punishment. He's willing to be tortured and be killed for what he did. The queen is silent because she's rocked by this. She was fishing for something else and got a different gem that she knows that she can use. So instead of killing him or sending him off, she's like, "You may go." She just sends him off. He's like, "All right." But she knows this information that Rhaenyra did lie a little bit, and that she took her knight's virtue because she knows those knights as well. So there's this party that they go to. This basically announcement party. The queen shows up late. She's wearing green, which the new Littlefinger implies that this is a sign of war. But it's her kind of war. She's waging war, like,
Real quick, pause real quick. When the queen comes in, she literally interrupts the king's speech on purpose.
I brought that up kind of earlier, but I glossed over it like kind of quick. But yes, in the middle of the speech, and she's not announced. No one escorts her. She just walks in silently, and the people don't know whether to stand or not. Most people do. Daemon does not, because he doesn't give a fuck. And she comes in late. The king has kind of lost his way. He's like, "What the fuck?" He goes on to finish his speech. And then there's like a dance. There's this dance that's going on. So while the dance is going on, Lenore's boyfriend, notices that Sir Christian's super edgy about it. He's like super edgy about Lenore and Rhaenyra watching, and they're like, "Oh, this must be the handsome suitor." And I'm like, "Oh, how this must have been gotten around that she had a suitor." Not sure. This was my first time hearing about a handsome suitor and Rhaenyra going around. I don't know. I don't know if you caught that, Cronus.
Well, I mean, there's a mentions. I mean, there was a bunch of suitors that were, presented to the king.
However, they were all named. Apparently, this felt like a name.
No, they were not all named because he literally talked about how he was drowning in suitors, like people giving him letters to like suit her.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. The episode before, we had that line of suitors that were there to present their houses and whatnot, and they are all named. They had to sign up to show up to present their quote unquote case, and using air quotes.
Okay.
Their case to Rhaenyra. So, but this felt like that she had like a hidden suitor. At least it was implied. It's not really talked about. But the boyfriend of Lenore, it's spelled Lenore, but they pronounce it differently. He notices that something's up with Sir Christian. He goes up to him and is like, "Oh, well, basically, Lenore and his boyfriend are like, we need to get him on his side. We need to make sure that we keep each other's kind of secrets." But the way he comes at Sir Christian, it feels like kind of more of a threat, sort of. He's like, "Hey, I know that you're very protective of the princess. I know your secret type thing. It's best that we keep each other's secret and kind of protect each other." And like, Sir Christian's very like on the defense. He's like, "What the hell? How you know that? Like, why are you in my face about it?" And he's like, "No, don't worry. I'll come. We'll get in touch later or whatever." And he kind of walks away, and like the whole ballroom is filled with people dancing. And then Damon comes down, and he comes to sneak his way over to the princess. So they speak in High Valyrian, I guess, to hide what they're talking about from everybody else. And he's basically talking about, you should be married to me. Why are you doing this? And she's like, "Well, why don't you whisk me off to your castle and try to marry me? You did nothing then. You're doing nothing now." She basically kind of calls him a bitch. And like, they're going off. It gets all heated. And then we pull back from the crowd, and all of a sudden this huge fight breaks out. You're like, what the? I was like, who the fuck is fighting? I'm like, is Damien punching someone? No, it turns out Sir Christian is beating up Lenore's boyfriend. He beats his ass so bad that he crushed his fucking face in.
He beats him down to his brain meat. I'm just saying.
To the white meat. Yeah. And we see it. It is a full-on shot of his face fucking crushed. Crushed fucking ass face. And you're just like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, it pretty much kind of ends there. But instead, everyone's kind of rushed out. And so the king decides to, instead of weeks down the road, instead of doing 3-4 weeks of partying, they run a shotgun wedding. They literally marry Rhaenyra to Lenore. Lenore still has the blood of his lover on his face and suit. And he's crying while he's saying "I do" to a woman he doesn't.
And the floor.
So I think the floor might have been the king's blood, because the king.
No, it was not. It was not.
Oh, well, you see, the king is bleeding.
Yes.
So the king. So. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't from the king. They got married where the king was like in front of the table, where the king was like coughing and like having a fit and bleeding, but where the blood that they showed at the end of the episode was 100% from where that guy got killed, and the rat came up and like licked the blood.
You know what? I totally fucked up. The guy that is Lenore's boyfriend, his name is Joffrey. Totally forgot about that.
Was it?
His name? Yeah, his name is Joffrey.
He got fucked up real bad though. He couldn't fight.
He did get fucked up. It's funny because he has a lot of lines in this episode, and then it ends with his whole face getting crushed with gray matter just all over the floor.
Yeah.
And then the episode ends where the king kind of faints. Like, we were watching it, we thought the king died, because the king is like, he's lost 2 fingers, not just one. He's been like being treated because it looks like his arm has like a fucking huge scab on it.
I will keep saying it until it's proven true, but I'm fucking 99% certain that Daemon is poisoning the Iron Throne, and every single time the fucking king cuts his body on it, he's getting poisoned slowly, and that's what's fucking his body up.
So, side note, I've actually shared your theory with friends, and now they're kind of on board with you, with about the chair being poisoned, but they don't necessarily agree that it's Daemon poisoning the chair. But
I mean, they alluded to it when he was like literally on the throne and like rubbing it down.
So I had to ask them who. I'll ask you too. Who do you think also has access to the throne?
It's mainly Daemon. I mean, obviously other people do too, but they literally showed Daemon on the throne, and then when Rhaenyra came up and she was like, "What are you doing?" and he was like rubbing on it, and he was like, "Oh, just sitting here, rubbing poison to kill my brother."
I would not be surprised if some low level person that's connected to like the king's court was poisoning the chair. I wouldn't be surprised by that either.
Time will tell that I'm right. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm here. I am here for it. I want to see what the fuck is happening to this guy. I like your theory, but I want to see like what's gonna happen. Like I won't be surprised if we're shocked by something completely out of left field happen. Like maybe he was cursed as a boy or some shit.
Maybe. Yeah, but all I know is that they literally showed like him getting cut by the throne, and all of a sudden he's missing one finger, then another finger, then his back was all fucked up, now his arm was all fucked. Like it's all just creeping towards his death. So
yeah. So he keels over at the end of the episode, and it looks like he dies. But I don't know if you watched the next episode type trailer, he's still alive.
Oh yeah, but he's all fucked up. I mean,
oh yeah, he's all fucked up, but he's still alive. And there's a time jump, a huge time.
Oh yeah, that's why they said when people were mad about or concerned about the current actress of Rhaenyra not being in the show anymore, but there's a time jump, so there's a different actress because she's older, and also the actress looks really young for her age. So
yeah, she's like 30. She looks fucking 19.
So she's not 30. I looked it up again. I misspoke on like a previous podcast. She's definitely not 30. She's in like her early 20s, but she looks still young.
She's still she looks like a teenager or preteen. You can pass. If you told me she was 12, I would totally believe it.
I wouldn't say 12 because I mean she's got boobs, but
so I know 12-year-olds. I've seen 12-year-olds.
She could not complete that sentence. 100%.
You're gonna have to talk with HR, man.
I'll clarify. There's been 12-year-olds that have hit puberty early.
I was trying to save you, bro.
Yeah.
But now we got the FBI on us. All right.
Yeah.
FBI's coming for you. He's nowhere near me. Look, I'm in Chula Vista. He's in the Bay Area. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, biological things happen to us as people. So
yeah,
sometimes younger than others. So there you
go. All right. We have to end it now because I am tired and I can't. I'm not going to be able to edit this podcast tonight. So.
All right. Well, Prodigy left. So, Blue, what you got popping late and jerking off to this weekend?
Oh man. So at work, my hours has changed. So now I start at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's been brutal. Plus having a kid with sleep regression hasn't been great either. So this kid's waking up like 3 times at night. It's crazy.
Just do a little bit of cocaine. You'll be all right. I'm saying, right in the morning, a little bump.
I was sick. Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. Definitely don't do cocaine.
Yeah, no, of course. But it sucks because like a few weeks ago he was sick, and then he had like sleep regression. Like it's been like that for the last couple of like a week or so. So it's been kind of brutal. But I've been doing some training and stuff at work as well. I've been working so the company I work for, they have a wood shop, which is kind of cool. And like I did like their safety thing, and like I made a cutting board. I think I mentioned on the podcast before. And there's a project I've been wanting to do, and I'm almost done with it. Like it's actually I can't show it on my I can't show it on my phone, but it's actually pretty dope. I made a table behind a couch table, and it looks pretty badass. Like you probably can't see it too well if I was to can't see it on the camera.
No,
But,
yeah, it's too late.
I'll send a picture to the group. But like, yeah, like I made something. I mean, I made a kid.
I was gonna say,
that was pretty cool too. But this is actually pretty cool as well. So I finally finished putting like the last layer of a sealant on it, so I can bring it home tomorrow because it's got to dry for 24 hours.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What's going on this week? I'm definitely gonna try to watch Harley Quinn, get caught up on that. Hopefully, I can squeeze in Cobra Kai because I haven't started watching that at all. We gotta quote to get our house painted because our house needs to be painted. We have areas that are chipping, and like a friend of mine, they used one person, and like a guy came by and gave us a quote. To me, it was dirt cheap. It was like $2,600, and before we were getting quoted like $5,000 and stuff like that. The guy did a really good job on my friend's house, so we're gonna hire him. But yeah, we definitely got to get the crib painted. And plus, it'd be nice to get it looking different because right now it's like a yellow and like a tan,
It's
white, like off white.
And you replaced the windows like a year ago, right?
Yeah, we
the
replaced
OLED
those years. So,
Yeah, probably like
yeah.
full of lead and mercury or shit.
Yeah, they probably are. But hopefully our paint doesn't have lead in it. But I think it's been painted like recently, so
Even if the paint had lead in it on the outside, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna sand down the parts they need to sand down, and then just seal it over, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, we're hoping to get that done. But other than that, it's chilling. I'm almost done with listening to Sandman season 2, which was fucking crazy on its own. But I can't wait for that to come to Netflix because season 1 was amazing. So I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't do a season 2.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to getting back to jiu-jitsu tomorrow. I think we're gonna take our youngest to Disneyland on her birthday. She doesn't know. She also doesn't listen to the podcast because she doesn't know how computers work. So that works. Yeah, we're probably gonna do like I think 2 or 3 days and like a good like package of like going to Disneyland.
Disney package.
Yeah, off peak times because her birthday's on the 29th of November, so it's the weekend. It's the week after Thanksgiving, which nobody should be there. Hopefully, I guess we'll fucking find out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Once we do that, we sold the house. We got the monies, which is great. So now I guess we have money. So it's nice to like be able to like buy stuff, but also we have to save money for like the next house. So
yeah,
there's that. So there's certain things we have to we're buying and like we're paying down some debt, but we have to like put back in. So we'll do that over time. But it's a problem that's nice to have. I think in the next couple of days I'm gonna finally run an actual hard line to this office because I'm like far away from the actual I have 2 gig fiber here. But I don't have but the Wi-Fi is like way in the other building, and obviously Wi-Fi doesn't go to fucking 2 gigs. So I need to run a hard line to this office, which I'll probably do hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day. It takes a lot of time to get over here, and then like do some yard work. So I got to catch up on a lot of comics, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's all I got.
I don't think I don't think people understand the I guess quantity of comics that you need to catch up on. I think like they're probably thinking like 1 or 2, but I know because you used to have a box up here in the Bay, but you probably have like literally like 2 novels worth of comics. Yeah. So if those of you who are listening to this right now, he has 2 big ass handfuls.
And these are not all of them.
Yeah, their size of the amount he has in each hand is the size of a binder.
Yeah, and there's a bunch more in front of me. It's ridiculous, but I'm gonna catch up, especially because like the X-Men. What is it? It's the Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals. X Judgment Day is really good. I gotta catch up. So
yeah, usually crossovers are usually a lot of fucking reading.
Yeah.
As for me, I'm catching up on Andor. Looking forward to the next House of Dragons because I watch it with family, like the only family I really mess with. So that's pretty cool. Watching She-Hulk tonight also, and then instead of Cobra Kai, because it is on Netflix, I'm going to do Lock and Key season 3 first, then go to Cobra Kai, and then start these new shows that are definitely going to start in October. So, and then playing more Destiny, trying to help Prodigy learn how to count, hopefully. And hopefully we're going to try to finish our first raid as a squad by Monday night. At least we're going to try. So we'll see how that works. And other than that, yeah. That's it for me. All right.
We are out.
Check us out everywhere. Be the BTI, PTHAMBTI.